was trying to do the access level in
Okay, let's try to.
PHP.
Okay, let's do it again.
Do you want me to be the presenter?
Yeah, you already are presenter. I can see your screen now.
Okay. So I went in here.
So rather than putting here, can you put in the directly in the text box? Yeah, just text directly in the text box. Okay, in the default panel, choose the default one. In the default one, choose as defined and choose member. So if we don't send anything, defaultly it is member. Yeah, it's okay. No, yeah, right. And remove the no, don't do it. Don't touch this one. Let it be. Yeah, adjust privilege, remove and save. Let's try save. Okay. Okay, remove the null part again. I don't want null to be there. Remove the null. Yeah, now save it. Okay, I think the problem with this. Okay, can you click the preview SQL? Yep, yeah, copy this whole thing. Copy it and then go to SQL in the top. Close this, copy it, then close it, and then click the SQL. Now select all, delete it, and paste it. And instead of enum 0, just remove and put single quote member, comma, single quote admin.
Good.
Okay, wait. Remove this character set and collate both. Remove both the things. Character set and collate. Yeah, this one. Delete it. Yeah, that's fine. Now click go. Okay, now click the structure again.
Click. I'm sorry. Oh,
Structure at the top. Yeah, let me see. Yeah, it begins now. Now this is fine.
Perfect.
And what is another issue now?
In the on this one, I was just wondering if I could change this name here.
Yeah, you cannot change name here. You can create new database and copy all the things from here to new database. That you can do. But changing the name is not possible. Right now, this name is fine for testing. Later on, we'll create another database.
Okay. And the other thing is, I was able to do this part, but then like under tables, it says none.
Okay, double click the con. Click the test on the right side. Oh, okay. Test again. Okay. Okay, click OK. Okay, saying none. Refresh, click the refresh on the right side. Can you see top right? Yeah, top. Wait. Little down. Right. Yeah. Refresh this. Still, it's saying none. Okay. Okay.
I allowed Kate to join.
Yeah.
Sorry, a little bit late.
Okay, no problem. We were solving the issue which he has.
Yeah, we just started. I haven't missed anything.
Yeah. We haven't done anything. Just I'm trying to resolve the issue she's facing.
Okay.
So you are getting this error 6.5. Okay. Give me the mouse control. Let me see. Okay, let's see. Yeah, so it's not good. This is not good. So let's create another database and try it.
Like a new one?
I wait, I'll do. Let me.
Okay.
Can you click export? I think my mouse is not proper. Can you click export? And click the custom. Go down a little bit. Okay, 1 second. Yeah, go down. Still down. Yeah, I think it move it. Move a little bit.
Go where?
Okay, click go. Let's see what's happening. Go. Okay, I don't want. Cancel it. Cancel this one. Go up. Go up. Go up. Go up. Yeah, view output as. Click the view output as text. Can you see? Go a little down. Go a little down. Yeah, view output as text. Click view output as text and then go down and click go. Okay. Copy the whole thing. 1 second. 1 second. Copy. No, don't copy whole thing. Copy this. Only this part. Create table part. Don't copy whole thing. Copy this. Create table till semicolon. Go little down. Go little down. Yeah. Till yeah.
More than this?
That's it. That's it. Copy it.
Okay.
And now in the top, click the databases.
Here.
Yeah, in the top, local databases. Click the local database in the top. Yeah. Click the database on the left side. On the left side, the database. Yeah. Click create a new database. Maybe don't put dash dash. Just create a normal. Maybe you can say users one or user one. Yeah. And collation. Select the collation UTF-8 general. In the collation UTF-8 general. Go down. Go down. Yeah, UTF-8 general. Create. Okay. Okay. Now import. No, go SQL. Click the SQL in the top. SQL in the top. Click the SQL in the top and paste it. Control V. Yeah, and it didn't copy it fully. Yeah, it's copied. Now click go in the bottom.
Is this right?
Yeah, yeah, it's right. Click go. Click go.
I did.
Okay, you did it. It takes time for it.
Yeah,
Okay, now go. Okay, now go to Dreamweaver. Now click the databases. Double click the double click instead of for a class one. Select the user one. Yeah, user one. Click OK. Test it. Okay, double click it and test it. You have to test it. Double click on. Test it. Test on the right side.
Yeah, click that.
Yeah. Okay. Click OK. Click OK. Yeah. Yeah, now you are able to see it.
Yay.
Yeah.
Wait, so it was because of the dashes?
I don't know. Maybe because of that. I don't know. Any third problem? What is the third problem?
Oh, just renaming it. That was it.
Yeah, rename is not possible. You have to create a new database, copy the script, and that's it.
So now
Okay.
if I want to delete this,
Yeah, delete the first one. Click the class one and okay, click the local database in the top and databases. Click the databases and now check whichever you want to delete the first one. Go down and go down. Drop. Can you see the drop?
drop.
Drop. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So deleted.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
Thank
So I'm
you.
getting the presenter role.
Okay, thank
Okay.
you.
So okay, no problem. Let's start today. So we'll start with the CSS as usual. So yesterday we saw the descendant combinator, that is we gave space. Let's say we give box one and we give space box two. That means any div with class box one have a child of box two, then it will be applied to the box two for that HTML tag. Now we will see child combinator. So what is a child combinator? So for example, let me create the HTML. So I will say ID container, and here I will create one class, div class box, and I will type hello world one, and I will create another div with class box, same box, and I will say hello world 2. So if I want to see it in the live view, so I can see hello world 1 and hello world 2. Now, if I go with the yesterday's concept, I will be having hash container and I will say dot box, and I can apply the style sheet to that box. Let's say I say color red. So red will be applied to both the one because box is under container. Both the boxes are under the container. So what if I want to apply the style sheet to only the first box and not the second box? So I want to apply the style sheet only to the first child, not the second child or third child or fourth child. So many times you have to apply only on the first child. So let's see how to apply on the first child. So for that, we need the child combinator, and child combinator works like this. We have space here. So instead of the space, or we will add the greater than sign. We will add the greater than sign between the space. So greater than sign means the color or the property which is mentioned here will be applied only to the first child. It will not apply to the second box. So hello world 2 will not be affected. Only the hello world 1 will be affected. So let's save it and then I am 1 second. Okay, so let me open in the browser. Sometimes Dreamweaver does not give the right results. Okay, no, actually this is not the right one. 1 second. Yeah, this is giving wrong results as per the document. As per the document, we should have only applied to the first child, not the second child. But here I am getting both the one. Yeah, it's not working as per the law. Okay, I will get back to this again. Let me see why it's not going as per the theory, whichever in the CSS theory. This should not be the case. It should apply only to the first child, not the second child. So let's take another example. We'll do this tomorrow again because it's not working as mentioned in the CSS books. So let's see. There's another one called as general sibling combinator, and this one works like this. If I have h2, this is my h2 tag, for example, and I will create some p tags. For example, para1, para2, and then I will create one div with class of box, and I will create another p tag with para3. So sibling combinator means if I create a style sheet like this h2 and I put this sign. Can you see this sign? I don't know what it is called, but it's adjacent to the one. It's a sibling. In the CSS we call sibling, and in general English I don't know what we call it, but
I think it's called a tilde.
Tilde is yeah tilde right tilde. We are using tilde, right? You're correct. You're expert. Yeah, we use tilde actually, but I forgot tilde. Okay, so h2 tilde p. So h2 tilde p means wherever the h2 exists, at that same level, if p is existing, then only apply the style sheet. If you see this p, it is inside the div. That means it is not in the same level as the h2. So if I put anything inside this, it will apply to all the p tags which are in the same level as h2. But if this p tag, if you see this p tag, this is not in the same level. It is a child of box. So it is not in the same level as h2. So the style sheet will not be applied to this part, but style sheet will be applied to these two because I am defining paragraph which is in the same level of h2. So if I say color red, so red color will be applied to see first two paragraph, but it is not applied to the third paragraph because third paragraph is not at the same level as the h2 tag is there. Got it?
Yeah, wow, I didn't know that. Thank you. That's great.
Yeah. Lot of things are in CSS, which we will learn, which are something new, actually new to everybody, because we learn generally basic things, and this is little advanced thing kind of thing. So let's go to another one. I will save this file as CSS2. And now there is another term in the CSS. It is called as, last time we did general sibling combinator. Now the next one is the adjacent sibling combinator. So adjacent sibling combinator works like this. If I have h2 tag, and let's say if I have para 1, 2 and para 3, and I have a class of box, and I have para 4 and I have para 5. So this will be applied to, I will create some style sheet now. Now see how it's working. I will delete this part. Now this is called adjacent sibling combinator. So adjacent sibling combinator we define like this. So I will say P plus P, and I start the curly bracket, and I say color red. So the adjacent sibling combinator works like this. If I have a P tag and if I have another P tag, then apply the CSS to this second P tag. So we have first P tag and we have second P tag. So we are applying the color red to the second paragraph. Now if I go for the third paragraph, I have a second paragraph and I have third paragraph. That means I am applying the style sheet to the third paragraph. So that means if two paragraphs are there, the color will be applied to the second paragraph, adjacent paragraph. For the second and third also, we have two paragraphs, so the color will be applied to paragraph 3. Let's go to the inside the box. We have div tag and we have p tag. So this p tag will not get the color because it should be 2p to get the color. And if I go inside with this is the first p and this is the second p, that means the color should be applied to the second p tag, not the first one. Here I start from the top to bottom. Since p plus p is saying it should be adjacent sibling, that means first p tag should be there and second p tag should be there. Then only this color rate should be applied. And if I go with the second paragraph and third paragraph, since second paragraph is p tag and third paragraph is also p tag, that's the reason red color is applied to para 3 also. Then if I go to inside div tag, I have p tag. Since this is the div tag and this is the p tag, that's the reason this p tag will not get the color. But this is the p tag and this is the p tag, and so this p tag will get the color. So I'm getting the color not in the first para, I'm getting the second para, third para. I'm not getting the color on the fourth para, but I'm getting the color in the fifth para. So P plus P means two P should be together and color will be applied to the second P tag, not the first P tag. Got it?
Yeah, so if you could you do P plus P, and it always happens on the third one?
Yeah. So it's applying to first, second, third one only. In the second case, we don't have 3 P tags, so we are not getting color.
Wow, that's cool.
Okay. So this is called adjacent sibling. That means if we apply P plus P, that means both should be together, adjacent to each other, and the color will be applied to the second one. So let's say we can add p plus span tag. So right now we don't have any span tag, so it's not working. So if I put span tag here, so it should work with the span tag. Let's say if I put span tag here, it will not work because it should be p plus. So I put span tag in the third after third, then it will apply because we have p tag, and we have span tag. So it will work as adjacent, adjacent, and adjacent. It's called adjacent sibling combinator. Let's go to another one. Okay, for today, these two are sufficient because we don't have so much time to do all the things. So I will put this in the chat if you want to use it. If you want to take notes kind of thing, I will put it in the chat. And I will put first css.html also in the chat. Okay, so let's do now some JavaScript. So just try to understand it. It's not required to remember kind of thing, because when you start working in CSS, you should know what it means by it. It is not necessary you should remember it, but you should understand it, that there is something child or attribute, child selector, or kind of sibling selector, something you should know the terms kind of thing. But in reality, when you try to work on it, you know that you can do such kind of things. Okay, so now let's go to the JavaScript kind of thing. So to add the JavaScript in a page, I always apply script tag in the head tag or the body tag. It's are very important. We can create the empty array like rectangular bracket, or we can put some data in it. We can initialize data in the array, and this array will be having so many elements. Generally, if I create a variable, it has only the one value, but with the array we can put multiple values, and array starts with the zeroth number. So if I ask you what is the position of 3, so you will say 0, 1, 2. You will say second position is for 3. So if I ask you what is the position of 7, so you will count from here 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you will say fourth position. Okay. So if I say what is the position of 4, we will start with 0, 1, 2, 3. It is the third position. So array always starts with the 0th position, though it is not visible here, but in the mind you can calculate. So tomorrow something like this, it is like this. Let's say Carrie is there, and Kate is there, and myself is there. So I will ask what is the position of Kate. So we will start with here. This is the 0th position. This is the first position. So you will tell me 1. 1 is the position of the Kate. I will ask you what is the position of many. So you will start with here 0, 1, 2. So you will say it is second position. So if I want to console.log, if I want to console many, so what I will do? I will type my array, and in the rectangular bracket I will say 2, because my position is 2. So that's the reason I have to say my array 2. Let's run this and see if I am able to get correct value. Let me open the console.log. So it is showing many because I put the position of 2, and I know that 2 position is of many. If I want to display the carry, so what I will say? My array of 0. If I say myArray of 0 and if I refresh the page, you will see carry. So what you will put if you want to show Kate?
1.
1. Correct. So if I put myArray 1, I will be able to see Kate. Because internally, this is a position of 0, this is the position of 1, this is the position of 2. Array always create a position internally starting with the 0. This is called 0, this is called 1, this is called 2. So that's the reason array works like this. It starts with 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. And if I want to add more values in this variable myArray, I can use like this, myArray. Since I know this is the 2 position, so here I have to create with the 3 position. And I will say Krish, for example. And now if I do console.log of myArray, you will see all the values and we have Carrie, Kate, Manny and Krish. So this way we can add the value in the array. Let's say tomorrow we have hundreds of values here. So we don't know what will be the next, whether it will be 3 or whether it will be 49, whether it will be 51. We don't know because there are so many values in the array. So what we should do? So in that case, we can use myArray.push. And if I say myArray.push, whatever will be the last key or whatever will be the last position, it will automatically add new value in the next position. So if I say Krish, myArray.push, in the bracket it is Krish. If I refresh, it is putting Krish after the many. So push will automatically calculate the position and put this value in the next position. So if we don't remember what will be the next position, just try to use the push one. But if you know the position, you can use myArray. Let's say if I know these are this is the second position, now the third position will come. So I can put 3 and I can put some name, hello. So now in the third position, we have the hello. So Krish will move to the fourth position. Okay, let me upload it. So we have hello at the third position and Krish goes to the fourth position. So if you know the position, you can use it. If you don't know the position, you can use the push. Now let's create the object. So object, if I want to create object can be created in different ways. So one of the simplest way to create the object is like this, var obj equal to curly bracket. In the array, we created rectangular bracket, but with the object, we create the curly brackets. And in the curly bracket, I can define the key value pair. So in the array, it always starts with the 0, 1, 2. But in object, there is nothing like 0, 1, 2. Everything is defined by you. So I can say key, for example, name, many. And I can say last name as a K, for example. I can say age. I will put 43. I can say address. And I'll put San Francisco, for example. So here in the object, we don't need the 0th number or the first number or the second number. In the object, we always need the key and the value. Key and the value. Key and the value. Key and the value. So if I do console.log of object, you will see I have a name, address, age, last name, name. So this is the one way to create the object, and object is always having the key value pair. We can also put the function in the object. Let's say I put XYZ and I can put a function and console.log hello world. I can also put the function in the object and it will come like this. So XYZ is a function. So object can be created in different ways. This is the one of the way to create the object. I will show you other ways also in the tomorrow's class and next day class. but this is the easiest way to create the object, but you should know all the ways to how to create the object. So difference between array and object is array also put multiple values, object also put multiple values. Array starts with 0, 1, 2, but with object there is nothing like 0, 1, 2. We always have a key value, and key is defined by you, value is defined by you. Key value. So object is always based on the key and value. Value can be string, value can be numeric, value can be function, value can be another object. So let's say I can put another object also. So to create the another object, I will start with the curly bracket. So I put another object, and here I can define another thing, like say color red, weather rainy. So I created another object inside the first object. Since second one is also an object, so we have key value pair. I can also put array inside the object. So I will say ARR. And to make an array, to create an array, we use rectangular bracket. In the rectangular bracket, I can copy this text. So this array is inside the object, and we have the same values as I put it here. So we can have a multiple structure whatever we want, and we can put whatever we want to put it. So if I see in the console.log, I have array, and array has 0, 1 and second level position, and this array is inside the object. So object is very flexible. You can put whatever you want to put it, and it will be displayed like that. And this format is called the JSON format. This is a JSON format where we have a key value pair, and value can be numeric, value can be string, value can be function, value can be another object, value can be an array. Anything can be in the values place. So you should be very thorough on the array and object. So this is one of the way to create the object. We will see another way to create object tomorrow. Is it clear?
Yes. Can I paste it on the chat?
Yeah, I will. Yeah, I will put it in the chat. Okay, so that's it for today's JavaScript and CSS, and we'll now move to our live project. Let me pass the presenter role to VK. Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, let's start with our, one second. Yeah, let's start with our MySQL thing. So we have a Dreamweaver. We created connection yesterday, and we were able to see the tables here as a first table. And if I created this connection, Dreamweaver automatically created one connections folder, and inside connection folder it creates one file called as con.php because we gave the name of con to this connection. Now let's study the code here inside this connection. So first 3 lines are the comments, so ignore that. These are the comments. So comments start with the hash sign, or we can also start the comments with // or we will see how to start the comments. But consider these first 3 lines are the comments, so we don't worry about the comments line. Next line is the host name, and it is a variable. In PHP, variable always start with the $sign. In JavaScript, there is nothing like a $sign. We can create variable name with whatever name we like. But in PHP, always remember the variable is always created with the $sign. If you see $sign, you should make sure that this is the variable. So we have the first variable called as a host name, and host name is a local host. Whenever we want to connect to the database, we always have to define the host name, we always have to define the database, we always have to define the username, and we have to define the password. So these four things are required to connect to MySQL database. So host name is a local host because we are working locally. So tomorrow if you are working on the live website, then you may not have local host. It may be different host. So that host name will be given by your server administrator. So you will get all the details. What is the host name? What is the database? What is the username? What is the password from some server guy? So you don't have to worry about that from where you will get this. You will get all these details from the server guy. Second is the database name. Since we create a database as a day one, so variable is created with the day one value. Since we have the root in the MySQL, I will show you the MySQL again. If we go to the user accounts, I have one user as a root. I have one user as a root. So that's the reason I'm putting username as a root. So tomorrow if you create another user, for example here, by creating the add user account, and you create a new user with different name and different password, then you can choose that name and password here, whatever you create here. So right now I only have the PMA is generally not used by users. It is for internal purpose. So don't use PMA. So we have the root user, and that's the reason I am putting username as a root. So tomorrow if I create different username, I can change this username to different user. Password, right now there is no password, so I put it as empty. And if you create a new username with different password, you can put the password here. Next is the connection. So PHP has a inbuilt connection string which is called MySQL pconnect. This connects to the database, and which database? MySQL database. Tomorrow if we use different database, for example Oracle, so it will be Oracle_pconnect. Or if you are using MS SQL, it will be MS SQL_pconnect. So depending upon your database, you can create your connection string. Since pconnect is little problematic in real life, so I will delete the p. I will use only MySQL connect. So you should also delete the p, and you should use only MySQL connect. And it is putting some parameter in it. Don't worry about how this parameter is constructed. Just remember in the MySQL connect, we are putting host name, username, and the password. Right now, we are not still using the database, which we will use in another file. I will show you that file where we are using the database. If you see this connection string, we are not using the database part. This database part is not used, because this database part will be used in another file which we will create today or tomorrow or day after tomorrow. Right now this connection string only takes three parameters: host name, username, and password. And something is wrong, it will give some error. So don't worry about it, what this error is, just it will give some error. So we have the host name, database, username, password. Connection is created to the database called as MySQL Connect, and it takes three parameters: host name, username, password. And if something goes wrong, it gives the error. And don't worry about what is this error, just remember that some error will come as of now. So this is about the connection.php file, and this is the one.php file which we did for testing. I don't need it now, so I will delete this one.php file. So now I have a connections folder. Now click the connections folder, and we will upload this connection folder to the server, because whatever file we will create, we have to upload it to the server. Otherwise it will not work. So what I will do, I will click the connections folder and I will click the put button. So this is the put file. So once I say put, this connection folder will go to the server. If you want to see whether connection folder is on the server or not, just click this button and you will see this is the remote site, and in the remote site you will see connection folder is there. So now connections part is done. Now tell me one thing. whenever we build website, what we need, let's say I'm in the Facebook. I am registering in the Facebook as a new user. Let's go to the Facebook and try to do what we can do in the Facebook. Okay. So I'm in the Facebook. If I fill all this form field, blah 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 blah, birthday something, day something. If I choose some male, female, if I click create account, what will happen? What do you think? What will happen when I click this form?
So, a table will generate.
Table is already created because they don't create table every time I click the create account.
Oh, okay.
Like in our case, we created the table already. So our table is the first table. We will not create table again in our whole lifetime. Let's say this is the project we are working on. We will not create this table again and again.
Okay.
So
just the values.
Yeah, values. These values will be inserted in this table. Values will be inserted in this table. So for example, if I fill first name, this first name will go inside this first name. If I put second name, last name, this last name will go inside this last name. Email will go inside this email. Password will go inside the password. And I can see all the data in the browse. If I click the browse, right now there is no data, so I don't see anything. But if the first user will come, I will be able to see the first user here, name, last name, email, password, date of birth, gender, description. So what happened when I fill this form? A data is entered into the table. So whenever, so what is the task? Let's write down the task which we can do. So first task is we should be able to insert the data in the table. So this is the first task. Now tell me one thing. If I use this email which is already taken by someone else, let's say this is the email I'm putting. So what will happen? Let's say this email is already taken by someone.
It'll probably cause an error.
It will give error. So why it will give error? What will happen? How it will know that user has this email? How Facebook knows that this email is already taken by someone else? So when I click submit button, I go through this table. I go through this table. This table has multiple records, 1 row, 2 row, 3, 4. Let's say I have million users, or I have 1,000 users. It will go through all the users and see if this email is already taken by anyone. If anyone has taken this email, it will give the error. So we should be able to select the record from the database. So what is the second thing which we can do? We should be able to select, because I should know who has taken the email. If no one has taken the email, I will allow that email to enter into the table. But if someone else has taken the email, I don't want that user again to register with the same email. So I should be able to select or read the records from the table. So what are the tasks which we can do in the table? We should be able to insert the data in the table. We should be able to select or read the records from the table. Otherwise, how will I know that user has this email is already taken by someone? I don't know. So we should be able to select the record. Let's say someone changes after I register in the Facebook. Let's say I go in the Facebook. So if I go into the Facebook, if I go inside the settings, for example, so if I go inside the settings, and here I can
change the name. See, I can change the name. So what will happen if I change the name? It will take the new name and it will update the name in the database. It will edit the name in the database. So we should be able to edit or update the record in the table. And what happens if I delete my account? Let's say I go and I say I don't want Facebook account now. I delete my account. So if I delete my account, that means I should be able to delete the record from the table. So these are the things we should know how to do. We should know how to insert the data in the table. We should know how to select the records from the table. We should know how to edit the record from the table. We should know how to delete the records from the table. Now, another thing which we should know is like this. Now, this is the post. These are the posts which I get it on my wall. And there are so many posts. I'll go down, go down, go down. Then new post will come. I will go down, and new post will come. So new posts are coming from again. As soon as I go down, new posts are coming. Again, I'm going down, new posts are coming. So that means it is selecting the records from the table. So if I have more than, for example, 25 records. So and I scroll to bottom of the page. It will get another 25 records from the server, from the database table. And it will show all 25 new records. And if I scroll again, it will go back to the table and get again new 25 records, and it will show it to me. So at one time, it will take hardly 25 records or 50 records maximum, and it will not get all the records from the table for me because it will take time. So at one time, it will only take 25 records or 50 records, and it will show me only 25 records. And when I scroll down, it will take another 25 records and it will show it to me those 25 records. And if I scroll again down, it will show 25 records again from the table and show it to me. Because in the table, there will be millions of the records and you cannot get all the million records at one time. So you have to get chunk by chunk, part by part. So this is called pagination. Pagination means we are getting page 1 with 25 records. When we scroll down, we get page 2 with 25 records. When we scroll down, we get page 3 with 25 records. So that way, we are getting new page every time when we scroll down and down. So these all tasks we should be able to do to create a project. So if I want to build any live project like Facebook, I just showed you, Facebook is using these simple things. They are inserting it, they are selecting the record, they are doing pagination, or they are editing the records, or they are deleting the records. It's not doing any extraordinary thing in the Facebook. We have all these 4 tasks available in the Facebook, and if we make any website, it will be having these 4 tasks. You cannot have more than these 4 tasks. So these are the 4 tasks, limited tasks, which we should know how to do. Then we will be able to build any kind of project which we want. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Okay. So I will start with the insert today. Okay, we will insert something in the table. So we created a table. We should know now how to insert into the table. So let's start with the insert. I will go to the Dreamweaver. I will create one folder. We will be working with many small projects or small modules, learning modules. That's the reason I'm creating different folder. So the first folder I will create is the basics. What are the basics? Basics are these 4 terms. 1, 2, 3, 4. We should be able to do all these 4 terms. then we know the basics. So I created a folder called as basics. In the basics, I will create one file called as insert1.php. I will be creating many insert1 for you to practice. So this is the first insert which I am doing right now. Since we need to practice a lot more, we will be inserting 10 files or 20 files to make it perfect. So this is the first file I created called as insert.php. So you will see three mode: code mode, split mode, where I have a code visible and design also visible, what user will be able to see, and we have third view as a design view. Let's go into the design view and I will say insert exercise. This is the insert exercise. If I go to the code view, I will see that HTML is created for the insert exercise. Let's make this insert exercise as h1 tag. So this insert exercise is h1 tag. If I go to the code view, HTML is automatically created for the h1 tag. We don't have to manually put h1 tag. Though if you remember manually all the HTML code, you can put it in the code view. But for now, for Dreamweaver purpose, for learning purpose, we will not use the code view. We will use only the design view. So here I want to create a form where I can insert, where I can take the data from the user and insert it into this table. So I have to collect the first name. This user ID is auto increment. It will be automatically generated by the MySQL. We don't have to take this user ID, but we have to take the first name from the user, last name from the user, email, password, date of birth, gender, description, marital status. Created on will be automatically generated by the database, and this access level will also be automatically. We don't have to put access level. Let's change this access level so that if we don't pass the access level, it should be automatically inserted into the database table. So how to do that? Look here. I will click the change button, and here in the default I will say as defined, and in the as defined I will say member. So that means if we don't pass access level, everyone will be the member, and that's the reason I say as defined as a member. I will remove the null property and I will click save. So now if we don't pass anything for the access level, it will automatically be member. I want every user to be member except one member who will be the admin, and that I will edit manually in this table. So don't worry about this access level now. Right now the task is to insert this data in this table. So we have the table. We should know how to insert the data into this table. So let's go to the Dreamweaver. I created the insert exercise. Now pay attention how to create the form and insert the record into the database. I will click the insert button. I will click the insert menu and I will go to the application objects. In the application objects, I will go to the insert record. In the insert record, we have the two menu: record insertion, form wizard, and the insert record. These are the two ways to insert the record into the database. Today we will see the first way, that is called as the record insertion form wizard. I will click the record insertion form wizard, and a new pop-up will open, and here I have to mention the details. It's asking me the connection, so I will choose my connection, CONN. It is asking which table. If I have a 10 table, I will be able to see all the 10 tables. Right now I have only one table, so I will see only the first table because I have only one table. Now you will see all the fields which are there in the database. All the fields are displayed here. So I will delete the user ID because user ID will be automatically created by the MySQL. We don't need the user ID. I will delete it. So I will now manipulate this record like this. I have the first name, I need it. I have last name, I need it. I have email, I need it. I have password, I need it. I have date of birth, I need it. I have gender, I need it. I have description, I need it. I have marital status, I need it. I have created on, I don't need it. So I will select this, I will delete it. I don't need it because created on will be automatically created by the database. We don't need it. Access level will automatically be inserted by the database because I gave the default one is the member. If I don't pass it, choose the member. So I will delete the access level. So I will be only putting all these fields called as first name, last name, email, password, date of birth, gender, and description, marital status. Are you able to understand what I am saying?
Yeah.
Yes.
This is the first time you are doing. It will be little difficult or to grasp the things. But if you do 100 times, you will be able to, easily do the things. I have done 1,000 projects using Dreamweaver. Quick site. In 1 hour, I build one website. In 2 hours, I build one website. Based on this, no need to write the code on it. Dreamweaver automatically creates the code, and we can learn from that code. So it's very easy to build a website if you know Dreamweaver, and then you learn how Dreamweaver is creating the code. So on top of it, you have to learn it. So first we will build using Dreamweaver, and then we will learn it how Dreamweaver is creating the code. Now, first name is what will be the label for the first name? I don't need underscore. So I will say first name, and it should be the text field. I can put text field, text area, menu, hidden field, checkbox, radio box, password field, text area, whatever I want, I can choose it. This is simple text. So let's click the second last name. What user will see? Last space name. And I want it as a text field. Email. I want user to see as email. Password. Password will be the password field, so I have to choose a password field. Date of birth is a simple text field. Gender. For gender, I want user to select the radio button. And here in the radio group, I will define what user will choose. Since in the gender, I have male and female. So I will say male, value is male. I will add in one more column. And I will say female, and value will be female. And I'll click OK. So radio button will be created with the male and female option. Description is the text area. So I will choose text area. Marital status. Let's say generally I can give the option of what marital status you want. So let's create the menu. So I will create first option for marital status as single. Second option, I will give the marital status as divorced. Third option I want to give as separated. Third option I want to give as married. Fourth option I want to give in relation. Fifth option I want to give in the marital status is widowed. Depending upon your project requirement, you have to define this one. So I will click OK. So marital status will be the select box. Description will be text area. Gender will be the radio group. Date of birth will be simple text field. Password will be the password field. Email will be the email field. First name, last name. We define all the fields. Now it is asking after user fills the form, where should go? Current page is insert1.php. Let's say after user fills the form, I will create another page called as insert1success.php. That means I want user to go to this page after user fill all the details. So I mention all the fields, and after insertion, I mention the page which user should go after the user fills the form. And I'll click OK. So the form is generated. with whatever things I mentioned it. I don't want the center align, so I will select the table and I will make it default. So it will align on the left side. So let's see this page, how it looks on the browser. Okay, maybe Chrome is not working nicely. Let's open in the Firefox. Okay, so this is the page which is generated. I can fill all the details. For example, many, my name, email is this one, my password is this one, my date of birth is, right now I'm putting some format which I know what is the right format. Later on we will ask user to choose the format from jQuery. There is a jQuery date time function, we can use that, but right now just we will hard code it to this value, whatever it is. If I click insert record, so you will see in the top the URL changes to insert1success.php, which I did not create it. That's the reason I am getting this error. So, but the record is inserted into the database. Only thing is that this page does not exist, which I have to create it for to show the message. You are successfully registered to our website. Thank you, something like that. If I go to the database, you will see a record will be created. See, this record is created with user ID 1, first name, last name, email. Though I can see the password, I will show you how to hide this password. Right now, it's not the task how to hide it. Right now, let it be whatever it is. I see date of birth, gender, description, and marital status created on, and the access level is member. So one record is created. Let's create another record also. I will go back and I'll refresh it. Okay, this automatically is filling because of browser cache. Now before I fill this form again, I will create another file called as insert1success.php. And here I will say confirmation. You are successfully registered to our website. Thank you. So I give the success message. And here I will change the title as new record. Let's refresh. Okay, so I will put now detail with some different record. And I'll click insert. Once I click insert, I am redirecting it to insert success.php, and here I am seeing the confirmation you are successfully registered to our website. Thank you. So what I did, I went to the insert command and I click the application object and I click insert record, and I see two options. I chose the first option and then I fill the respective details, and when I click OK, a form is generated, and when I click the insert button, it is inserting the records into the table. Let's see the database table again with this new record. So now I have two records in the database. One is this, second is this one. So first has the email of this, password is this, date of birth, male, female, description, married or single, and we have blah 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 other things in the table. So this is the way we create the insert record into the database. If we go to the code view, we will see how Dreamweaver has created the code to insert the record. Don't worry about it right now. See, this is something he has created a function, and then it is using this function to insert the record. And after inserting the record, it is redirecting it to this insert success page, and that's it. So I will explain you this code little bit later, not now, but think that Dreamweaver has created some kind of PHP code to insert the record into the database. So you should be mastering this process. So when I say create an insert form, you should not take more than 5 minutes to create the insert form with insertion into the database table. So it's a 5 minutes process to create this whole page of inserting into any database table. Let's say tomorrow if we build a Facebook-like website, we will create this form. This is called form. So something user put blah, 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 blah. And if we click submit, just insert the record into the database. So this is how it should work. It should be 5 to 10 minutes to build this page, and you should be able to insert the record into the database table. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So watch the video, try to do this exercise again at home, and try to see if everything goes as I showed you in this exercise. We will be doing insert for a couple of days because this is the one way I did the insert record. I will show you tomorrow how to use this second way. How to use this second way. And then we will move to update record. We will move to delete record. We will move to master detail page. We will see all the options here which are required for a perfect website. So when we know all the basics, this is called basics. When we are done with the basics, we will be able to create any website in 1 hour time. Just give me the website. I can use all these options. In 1 hour, I am ready with the website. Do you think it is so simple?
With practice, it will be good.
Yeah, with practice, you will learn how to do all the things. So, and then you will say, oh, this is all drag and drop. I did not learn the PHP in this part. I agree, you did not learn the PHP. But after we are done with all these basics, I will go through each file and I will explain you the PHP code line behind each file. I will explain you each line by line item. What does this mean? What does this mean? So you should have understanding of the PHP, how the PHP is doing the things in the backend. So once we are done with all this stuff, these are the stuff which we have to do. After I am done with all the steps, I will go with each page, each file, and I will explain you each line by line what this means, what this line mean, what this line mean, what this line mean, what this line mean. So I will go through each and every line to explain you so that you should be clear how to create a website in PHP. You don't have to remember this thing, just understand. I will make you understand what is this meaning of this. Don't remember it. Don't by heart the things. Just remember what it means. So that someone asks you in the interview, you should know the idea. You should not know the exact syntax. Don't remember exact syntax. You should have the idea what we are doing. Is this clear? So try to do this exercise today and try to see if your form is similar to what I am showing you. And if you are able to create these two files, you are able to go from one file to another file. Though remember, I am not checking the email in this right now, because tomorrow someone comes and puts the same email. For example, I put the same email and click insert record. So if I go to the database, I will be able to see two same email. This is wrong. I should not be able to see two same email. So we should restrict this, and I will show you how to restrict this after a couple of days. There is a way to restrict the email so that user should not be able to put same email again. If user is putting same email again, we will give error. Oh, this email is already taken by some user, so try to put another email. So we will do that part later when we reach to that part. Right now, your aim should be just to create this insert form and try to insert it into the database table. And now here also I can see what is in the database table. If I click view data, I will be able to see all the records. See, I can see both the records. So try to do this exercise today. We'll see tomorrow, and we will learn more about insert part. We will see what is the second part of the insert, because we have another insert also. We should know this insert also. What is this insert, and what is the difference between those two insert? In the update record also, we have two update record. We should know what is the difference between the two update record. Delete one does not have anything. And this is the pagination which we will build. This is the something I will show you when we reach to that point. Is that clear?
Yeah.
Or it's feeling difficult? Are you feeling difficult, or you are feeling okay?
Okay.
Okay. So if you do this 10 times, it will be very easy. Okay. First time, when I did this in about 2003 or 2004. I also feel very difficult when I was doing this exercise. Maybe 2002, 2003, I don't remember exactly. 2002, I started PhD, but this part I did little later. So, it's very easy actually. But this is your first time, you will feel little difficult. And if you build multiple form exercise, if you do multiple forms inserting to database, it will be very easy. Okay, so I am just closing this today. We'll see tomorrow, and I want you to complete this exercise before we start tomorrow's lesson. And if you have any difficulty, just email me and come 10 minutes early. I will resolve your problem if you have any.
Oh, yes.
So come at 8:50, and from next week, I reduce the price from $10 to $5 per day. So from next Monday, it's $5 per day.
Thank you.
Why?
The reason is, it's a big course, and I don't want you to be stressed too much on the money. Okay?
Okay. Thank you, Manny.
Thank you. Bye.
Yeah.